got some breaking news coming out of VW Hammer again. It was just 11 days ago when we brought you the news that the board had called a meeting with Andrew Thompson regarding his position as manager of the club due to their poor showing against RC Mechelen. They have called another meeting with him today. This time it's to do with the negative squad harmony that is surrounding the club. We will have more on this as and when we get it. Monsieur Thompson, we are concerned that you seem to have lost the support of the dressing room. There are too many players who seem very unhappy about the way you treated them or the way you've dealt with their teammates. You're going to have to address their concerns and get them back on your side if you want to keep your job. I can see I've let the situation get out of hand. There has been a few occasions where they've came to me with complaints and I've obviously not dealt with them as best as possible. All I can say is I'm a new manager. I'm learning every day, and I'm going to do everything I can to resolve the issues that have been brought to me today. And I promise to reduce the number of unhappy players if you give me more time. Good. We look forward to a happier team in the near future. You should be aware that failure to live up to the commitments you have made here could result in the termination of your contract. We hope the next meeting with you has the same outcome. And again, we still have faith in you, and good luck for the rest of the season. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We've got another live match from the Belgian 3rd Division A with VW Hammer facing local rivals FCV Dender in what is a must-win game for Thompson and VW Hammer. Today I'm joined by the fountain of football knowledge, that is Max Edwards. Max, we've seen in today's newspapers that the pressure on Thompson is at an all-time high, with many suggesting that defeat today could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Do you agree?
Hi Todd, yes, unfortunately I do. Football's all about winning matches, and as sad as it is for a fella Geordie, Thompson's side have lost the last 4 games and have only won 3 times in the league this season.
And what about Hammer's opponents today? FCV Dender, underperforming at the moment, sitting 12th in the table. They would have been one of the favourites for promotion at the start of the season, surely.
They're most definitely underperforming, but the thing with this league, even after 15 games have been played, grab yourself a few wins and you could find yourself right up there in the top 6.
Just before we get the team news from our commentator Alan Nicholas, some injury news for both sides. Lander de Kiersmaker is available for this match after recovering from the damaged neck that he picked up in the defeat against Sparta Pettigem. But it's doubtful that he will be involved today, having just returned to full training yesterday afternoon. And the other injury for Hammer is Yannick Depe, who has only appeared once so far this season, and he's recovering from a bruised rib, which he picked up in training. Unavailable for FCV Dender currently is star striker Didier Kabumi, who is nursing a sports hernia he picked up in training a few weeks ago, and Yuri Lepage, one of their younger strikers who is currently out with a thigh strain that he picked up in training. Let's head on over now to Alan for today's team news. Starting with the home side, VW Hammer are playing a slightly altered 4-3-3 formation, a drastic change from the 4-2-2-2 they played in the away game against top-of-the-table Aalst in their previous match. Devro is in goal, replacing Arjen Duyck, who obviously failed to impress manager Andrew Thompson in the last game. Speldurin, as always, a right-back, Vink and Van de Put in central defence, and summer signing Marko Petrovic is continuing at left-back today. In defensive midfield is Van den Boys, who is preferred over Ruben Kettles, who played in that position in the previous game. He drops to the bench. Then Ramiro and Vergeilen are playing just in front of him in centre midfield. Hammer playing with 2 attacking wingers today, with Kirchulis on the right and Maluka, who appears to have earned a start, on the left. And then Hammer top goal scorer Stein de Wilde is the lone target man up top. FCV Dender now, they're playing a classic 4-4-2 formation today. They've got Santos Pravas in goal, Hayes at right back, Nykase and De Medina in centre-back, and Vigone replacing Fabrizio Fernandez at left-back. Podovine is playing on the right side of midfield today with the inform Alhul and Alpa Adamoglu in the centre. Van der Hoog plays on the left, then up top are Dender top goal scorer Dembala and Turkey, who replaces Esteban Casgolda, who drops to the bench. Thanks, Alan. Max, just before we get going in this match, what's your prediction for today's game?
Well, I think it could be a high scoring draw today, Todd, so I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw, as both sides will be giving it everything in this local rivalry. Interesting stuff. Let's head back to Alan Nicholas now for commentary of today's match between VW Hammer and FCV Dender. Thanks a lot, Todd. Yes, so we kick off today's game with VW Hammer shooting towards the left-hand side of your screen, and they lose the ball immediately. They went on the attack, Curtilus down the right-hand side, and Vagone tackled him, but they've got a throw-in now with Speldurin. Could this be an early opportunity for them? No. Throw in Van der Hout. It's Alpa Adamoglu. She crosses it in. Petrovic heads it away. Di Medina now, the centre-back, plays it in Podavine. It's Podavine, good tackle from Petrovic. Ramiro with a chance to start a counter-attack, possibly for Hammer. And it's De Wilde with a long ball forward to Curtilus. Curtilus, that troublemaker in the squad for VW Hammer today, shoots, and that's just over the bar. Good effort. 2 minutes gone. Played just over 10 minutes now. Throw given to Alpa Adamoglu. Now it's Van der Hout in the centre of the pitch. The left midfielder has come in central a bit more. Dybala, the top goal scorer, back to Van der Hout. He plays out wide right to Podavine. Podavine with a chance to cross, then he shoots instead, and that's a good save from Devro, who is coming in for Arjen Doik, who failed to perform well in the last game. Alul crosses it in. Maluka meets it with his head and heads it away. Podavine now, though. In that case, it's Adamoglu. Van der Hout. Wide left to Vagone, and that's too hard for him to get, and that'll be a throw-in for Hammer deep in their own half. Goal kick with Santos Provos. He plays the ball towards Dybala. Dybala meets it with his head. It's towards Turkey. Vink heads it away. Curtilus loses the ball there, but Vergeilen wins it back, and he's given that straight back to Dender. There's flick on it. It's Turkey, and it's 1-0 to FCV Dender. Arguably against the run of play. It's their first shot of the goal and first goal. It's their first shot of the game and first goal of the game. Half time here, and it's still 1-0 to FCV Dender. It's not been an action-packed game by any stretch of the imagination. Let's hope for better in the second half. So no changes for either side heading into this second half of this vital game for VW Hammer. Obviously quite important for Dender as well. The table at the moment would have them standing in 9th place after starting the day in 12th. So a nice few positions gained there if it remains the same. Obviously we've still got plenty of time left for that all to change. Van der Hout with a free kick gives it to Adamoglu. It's Nike's now. Plays out wide right to Hyas, who crosses it in, headed away by Vink. Van der Hout's there again. And he shoots that well wide and too high. Even if it was on target, it would never have got in. A couple of substitutions being made. Van den Boys has gone off and Ruben Kettles has come on for Hammer. And Dybala has been replaced with Kazgolda for FCV Dender. Podavine with a throw on the right hand side. It's Kazgolda, the substitute. Gives it to Adamoglu, saved by Devro. Dender have taken the game back. It was all Hammer in the first half. Not that you'd notice it from any of the chances, but they did have more of the ball. And it appears Dender are coming out on top in the end. Another substitution made for Hammer, and it's Fabio Guidis coming on for Jordi Maluka, who looked a bit tired, has to be said. Fabrizio Fernandez has come on for Adamoglu for FCV Dender as well. There's confirmation of the Hammer substitution on the right-hand side of the screen. And a free kick with Fernandez. He crosses it in. Van der Put heads it away. It's back to Fernandez now. And that's blocked by the guy and out for a throw-in to FCV Dender. Could have a chance with this throw-in. It's Van der Hout. Throws it to Vagone. It's Van der Hout. Crosses it in. Kazagolda's there. And that's 2-0. Game over. Dender have got this 1-1. And it appears as though Thompson will be out of a job at the end of this game. From what the media are saying. It's not guaranteed yet. But we're into stoppage time. Could there be a late chance for a consolation goal? Vergeilen plays it to De Wilde, who shoots, and that's off the bar, was it? Off the bar from Stijn De Wilde. This should be the last action of the game. Santos Provos with a goal kick towards Podavine. Van der Put's got it at the back for Hammer, long ball forward. Not really looking for anyone. And Palmieri clears that. Just a matter of seconds left now.
Petrovic with a throw. And that's it, full time at Gemintel-like Sports Stadion. And it's 2-0 to FCV Dender. So that is it for this episode of The Only Way Is Up. Incidentally, we weren't sacked after the Dender game, but I feel it could just be a matter of time before that does happen. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. If you did enjoy this episode, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more Football Manager content, subscribe to my channel so you can get all of my content when it comes out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.